I've seen more and more people now as I'm watching, the years go by. There's more people that are dying for no reason there's no motivation behind it, the killings no more. I mean,
Mm.
our crimes went from, it used to be, didn't have no money, let's try to find a way to get some money. And that was a multitude of avenues of where people were starting to think, outside the box, you know, at least what I'm saying, not trying to justify what crimes people did do, but you understood that in survival mode, people did stuff because they were desperate. You know what I'm saying? But now I think that survival doesn't mean nothing to today's youth no more. Some of them anyway. Some of them are now, you're just out here in the street because you want a reputation, because you want to beat somebody, and you want to risk your life disrespecting different hoods, and you want to throw urine on murals, you want to spray paint against murals, and some people are walking around. It's one thing you want to put something on your body, disrespecting a specific hood or multiple hoods because those are your enemies. But it's another thing when you're destroying murals and destroying businesses that people actually still, cater to. People actually go to that stuff.
There's a dude out there named GBO Gaston. I first became aware of him literally as soon as Nipsey Hussle died. I remember he jumped on live and he was like, "Yeah, I killed Nipsey Hussle," and
That was the same dude,
that
right?
was the same exact dude, man. Yeah, so he's been doing this for a couple of years now. He was beefing with Block Boy, who we all know what happened to Block Boy. You remember? We've talked about Block Boy back in the
Yeah,
day. He
yeah,
was the
yeah.
guy who's going around doing the same thing that GBO Gaston is now doing. And as of recent, for anyone who doesn't know, he just recently took a cup of urine and threw it on Nipsey's mural and just said some very disrespectful stuff.
I don't understand what's the motivation. Like, do you want to be the most known target running around, in the world, or because that's a lot of it. Like we said before, bro, that's a lot of enemies. That's just like that's no what GBO Gaston did. The same thing that what was it, Baby Capone?
Baby Capone. Oh yeah, it
When
was
they
Capone, right? It wasn't Block Boy.
yeah
Yeah, but they were kind of doing the same thing. Yeah, but Baby
yeah Block
Capone.
Boy and all of them.
Yeah.
Like when you look at all of these guys, and then you even compare them to Charleston White.
Yeah.
You disrespecting multiple people publicly on social media. You're building a resume of enemies waiting to capture you. And I'm just being real. Like, how long are you really gonna move? Like, how long are you really gonna survive like that? Because you see what happened to Block Boy. You see what happened to Capone's homeboy, Indian Red Boy. You know, Gaston. I don't understand. What his motive is. I don't get it. I've heard several rumors about him. Like, and now that you mention it, I'm like looking back at some footage. There's footage of this guy jumping from hoods like he's a whole transformer. One minute he's a blood, next minute he's a crip. But can't nobody tell me to set. But now I'm starting to believe he's just an entity on the internet that's trying to gain followers. He's trying to gain followers. And he's trying to do this for clout. And if he doesn't understand what he's doing, he's pissing off a lot of people. And I don't speak for all Crips, you know what I'm saying? But from my perspective, it's just disrespectful, dog. And I don't understand what makes a man wake up and just put jumper cables on your brain and just say, "This is a great idea. Let me do this for the views." Because I know that there might be people out there that's like that, but you going as far as to piss on somebody's mural, bro? Really? And then you did the shit at a time where people ain't really out there, like specifically like looking at that mural. Thousands of people from the world, from around the globe, come over there to take a picture at any of the Nipsey Hussle murals. You know what I'm saying? Now, when they get off the plane and they come through this junk, it's like, damn, they got it taped off again. Now it's vandalized. Now they can't even get a good picture. I mean, I ain't saying extort the mural by saying, "Hey, man, I'm charging you $25 just to take a picture in front of this junk," and having, around the clock, homies, you know what I'm saying, securing this junk, like, telling everybody, if you want, take a picture of the Nipsey Hussle mural, make a small donation, you know what I'm saying, to the neighborhood that he came from, support the Crenshaw district, I'm not saying that they should, but at this point, it's kind of like, we got to put a stop to this. Collectively, we as the people, as the culture, we got to put a stop to this. And we got to learn to not really, like, we can't make people like this famous. The way we do this is we ignore this type of person. Like, there was an instance where I just seen a video of him, what was it, 8 days ago? He called out somebody on Instagram Live, and the guy was in his house or
Oh
apartment,
yeah, he ended
whatever
up
he was
shooting at
doing.
him on live.
Yeah. I'm like, what type of goofy shit is this, bro? Like, I thought, this the thing, man. You a street nigga, and you really with the shit? People heard about your reputation through word of mouth, not through social media, not through the lens of a camera. You know what I'm saying? We didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And this right here, and then he looked goofy. I don't even think anybody should applaud him to begin with. Like, you started off disrespecting the dead, and let me bring all my people, of all my folks that don't know, in gang culture, when you disrespect the dead, that's the most disrespectful thing you could ever do. You know what I'm saying? Amongst there's various different codes that we live by. You know, we live by the no snitching, no rats, the no pedophiles, the no fucking with punks. You know what I'm saying? You owe somebody some money, some guns, or some drugs, or you know, disrespecting the dead. You know, those are very considerable things that in the streets we hold people to. And just for, you know, hurting somebody's homeboy or homegirl, you know, that's instant retaliation. So, and then you're doing this for clout chasing. Like, that man Nip never even knew what a GBO GASTON was. Nip didn't know none of these guys, even when Nip was alive. I'm pretty sure him and Pac-Man, the Gunman, and, you know, J Stone, none of the people that work at All Money In or a part of Rollin 60s ever heard of these weirdos coming up out of nowhere. Nobody gave a fuck about a Capone or a GBO Gaston. No one gave a fuck about a Block Boy. These people don't know these people. These people have to target people that you know just to get a reputation. They don't have the ability to generate interest without disrespecting somebody. They need that shock factor because they know people tune into ignorant shit like that. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
It used to be a time if somebody thought you was talented, you know, all right, people fuck with you, people going to tune in, people going to, you know, spread the word. You know what I mean? People fuck with you. But this right here, this ain't how people fuck with you. This is how people end up fucking you up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not a good, and then think about this. Even back in the day when the True Blue tapes and Banging on Wax was out, like, you thought like it was radical just to say fuck somebody's hood, let alone they dead homie on wax. You feel me? And some of these people actually, you know, half the people that worked on Banging on Wax, most of them is gone.
Yeah.
So you can already see how that was at that magnitude. You know what I'm saying? And then when we look at stuff like now with the internet, like, come on, bro. Like, LA gangsters don't act like that, bro. That feels more like Chicago's uniform. Chicago started being extra with that. Shit, even in DC, we didn't do shit like that. In New York, people never did shit like that. You know, anywhere in this country, bro, nobody was recognized for disrespecting the dead at that type of magnitude, except for when the era of drill music first popped off in Chicago.
Right.
Now, I'm not saying that I blame everything on Chicago. Let me not say that. I'm going to say that Chicago, even when my mother was a kid, you know, my mom was born in the 1950s, so that makes her a baby boomer. Even back then, when she was growing up, and she would take trips out of town to go to Chicago. Chicago always had a rough reputation. But disrespecting the dead, I don't understand, like, why is that a popular trend? And then think about it. Just imagine if somebody knew where somebody's grave sighting was. I don't know how true it is, but I've heard dead rappers, you know, graves being, like, you know, dug up. Like, you know what I'm saying? When does it stop, man? Like, clout, you know, I know for a fact that a lot of people ain't ready to die for no clout.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it, bro. Like, even what was it? Crip Mac, even Crip Mac knows that He ain't just doing anything for the, you know what I'm saying, for shits and giggles. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like I understand he has his enemy, visibly whacked out on his body, on his face, and I know that, he's never going to take that off because that's what he signed up for. That's those are the people, that, that's who he has it in for. But that's personal with him, though. It ain't like the man is out here making clothes and, you know what I mean, trying to go. He's not going to pull up to the Hoover's hood, and if you see like a mural of the living, like, Freeway Ricky Rose. You remember Harbor Freeway Ricky Rose?
Of course, dog.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I think he grew up in
Yeah, he
over
did
there.
in the
You know what
Hoovers.
I'm saying?
I interviewed him
Yeah.
for about an hour. I had a whole hour sit down with him.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm pretty sure if he had a mural over there and you really gonna go to the Hoovers, the disrespect, like, fuck no. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, what Crip Mac would and would not do, but I don't think for me trying to gain a reputation for clout and then put myself on Instagram Live with 1,000 eyes watching, everybody's hollering out, "Oh man, the feds." Well, you're acting like them right now when you record them. When you record yourself, you are federal. You being the feds, you doing the feds work for them. They don't even have to do 200 pages of paperwork no more.
Nope.
They can just jump right in with the video presentation right before the judge. Oh, at such and such time, such and such went Instagram Live, and we're not, like, they're not going to write anything down.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to go to page 79 where the report starts. Go to page 1,
Man.
right here.
Shooting out the
Like,
window
damn.
on Instagram Live.
And then here's the thing. Is that like you shoot on Instagram Live, you did all of this for what? In your raps, you talking about what? I don't listen to that man's music. The music, I seen one song and I turned that shit off. I'm like, this shit is garbage.
I don't even think I knew he made music.
I didn't know he made music until, like, when you type in GBO Gaston on YouTube, he has a couple of music videos, and he has like a mixtape or what is it? You know what I mean? But I mean, that shit garbage. I ain't supporting that shit. You want to make this nigga disappear? Please do not support that nigga. Do not. You know what I'm saying? The way you make this nigga forget about, because this is the thing about the internet. Once the algorithm takes control of all the stuff that you like to click on, that's what's going to fill up, you know what I mean, your YouTube searches. So eventually, nobody's going to remember what a GBO Gaston is any damn way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let him fade away, bro. Like, let him fade away like Daniel Hernandez. We don't fuck with that guy either. We do not listen to raps. And we don't listen to cloud chasers either, because at least I can say one thing about, one thing I can say that's positive about Crip Mac that he does document himself do. I love how he feeds the homeless.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's, how I give back to the community, like, all right, I can dig that. Now that level of that brand of Crippin', I can fuck with that, but that's where that is. It stops right there. You feel me?
What are your general thoughts on him?
Like, I support, Crip Mac, as far as, okay, cuz on all things rolling, from the 30s to the 100s. I know he's from 50s, you know what I'm saying? And it's all love. My OG did a song with him, not too long ago, The thing is, I just hope that he, you know what I'm saying? He realized he slows down a little bit, man. I want him to live. I'm just saying, dog, like, I mean, I'm not trying to come for him, you know what I mean? But I'm just looking at it like, imagine what that feels like. Imagine if I got all of my enemies whacked out on my face, coming and going, bruh. I want to go take a girl out, to a restaurant. You know what I'm saying? Give me a nice steak. I can't even enjoy my food because so many people are staring at me that may be one of those enemies that I got whacked out on my face.
Man.
This is a very uncomfortable feeling, And then on top of that, that's too much access to you. That's a lot of, when people on social media, bro, and you go on Instagram Live, document every time you do something, you're not only building a case, but they're not even thinking about how that would infect their game. There's a thing called gang injunction.
Mm.
They can say, hey, that guy right over there representing what? He did what? On social media? Oh yeah. You know what? Don't just stop at him. Get them all. Because that's how law enforcement thinks. That's how we call them crash for a reason. They crash the party. The party is over. And that's when you really gonna see who your real friends are. This motherfucker gonna turn you in. They're gonna say, oh yeah, Trey was there. No, don't say I was there. I didn't do shit. I went to work. I punched the clock. I ain't had shit to do with that. I'm just saying that as a hypothetical, as an example. You feel me? But it's just, I don't think people understand how fast something can really change. Like, you don't ever want to wake up to that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that knock on your door and they kick in your door and then they drag you out and you're being prosecuted for being a big gang member. You know what I mean? You ain't even do shit. And then all because somebody stupid on social media shot at somebody while going on Instagram Live. They don't even think about that. And then you got how many pictures with this individual? How many videos you've been in with this individual? Oh, you've been in you said you don't know. Oh, nah, but right here we got representation that you do know. Man, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Think about it. They got you. People got to think, man. Me personally, instead of us looking at situations like GBO gas station, I almost call him gas station, Gaston, whatever that guy, that character, to me, he's a character. You know what I'm saying? It's a guy that used to claim he was allegedly a blood. Now he's walking around allegedly, false claiming Crip and wherever the hell he's from. I don't know if he's from Lakewood, California. I don't know.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know what. Like I don't like. Okay, he's from Lakewood.
Yeah.
So is Lakewood? Hold up, is Lakewood? Is that a good place?
95% of the city is like Mayberry.
So it's kind of like it's easy going.
Easy going. There are a couple of streets, where it could get active, close to Long Beach. But for the most part, most people want to live. Most people in LA County would love to live in Lakewood, and that's just being real as it gets.
Oh, okay. So he's manufactured gangbanging. Okay, I got you now. I got you. So you're a suburbanite kid going gangster in a gated community, talking big shit, man. You better stay where the hell he's at, bro, because there's some real niggas, you know what I'm saying, younger than me, they got the energy, and they up at 4 o'clock in the morning looking for people like him, bro. You want a gangbang? Nah, man, stop it, man. Gang culture is not for everybody. I don't applaud nobody for joining gangs. For those that are in it, I pray that you make it out alive, and I pray that you turn your life around and do something positive. For those that ain't in it, stay away, bro. Like, just leave it alone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to keep it real, Dusty. Like, I can't.
Please do. That's what they need to hear. That's what these kids need to hear.
Bro, you know what I'm saying? These niggas don't understand, bro. Like, when you got a regular neighborhood that people can just ride up in, that's called full access. I can ride. There are enemies. Matter of fact, when I first came to the hood, like when I remember, touching the soil, I was on 9th Ave outside of Sammy's liquor store, bro. And enemies, from what I've witnessed, they speed and run through the stop sign and red light just because they don't want to get turned in the Swiss cheese.
I'm a civilian and not do that in certain neighborhoods, homie. Real talk. I'll get the ticket.
I'm just saying,
and even if the cop tries to pull me over, let's keep going. Let's go a couple blocks down.
Yeah, I've seen how that shit feel, bro. Like, I'm not getting like what? Like, I'm going through Baldwin Hills, I'm trying to get as far as away from the jungles as possible. You know what I mean? I don't want to get caught. You know what I mean? Get pulled over. Like, now the crash is like searching you down and shit like that. And now you got the enemies right across the street. Like, oh yeah, we got one. We saw that TC hat. We got one. That's how they looking. So I don't blame you. Like, when you got a gated community, you got a safe haven. Once you get past that gate, it's going to require effort for people to hop that motherfucker. But here's the thing. Do they got surveillance? I know the gated communities, most of them got 24-hour surveillance
everywhere, homie. Even in Lakewood, I would say Lakewood is full of cameras.
And I know they got security, people to sit at the little box and let you in, raise the gates and shit. Oh, yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what we looking at, bro. This is what people need to understand. This guy looks like he drops the pistol. He don't really look like he's ever, like, really, oh, yeah, he that nigga, dog.
Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace, steady job and some food to eat. Just give me a little bit of peace.